my name's Catherine, psychologist by background and currently a manager here at Dunlea Centre. So Dunlea Centre, I don't know if anyone's heard of it, but previously Boys Town. We're located in Engadine, so south of Sydney, and we work with teenagers and families from a range of different backgrounds. We're actually a school, but also a residential setting. So our young people stay here on Monday to Fridays and go home on weekends and school holidays. And we have a variety of young people. So, different mental health presentations from anxiety, depression, ADHD, learning difficulties, young people with a range of trauma backgrounds, child protection issues, eating disorders, you name it. So really varied. And yeah, it's an absolute privilege to work with teenagers and children and families. And that's really my kind of passion and area of interest and specialty. Previously to Dunlea, I worked in child and adolescent mental health at Liverpool Hospital, so in our public mental health system. And once again, variety of presentations, a lot of risk-taking behaviours there, drug and alcohol issues, a lot of self-harm, suicide behaviours, a very culturally and linguistically diverse population, so a lot of refugees in that area, and yeah, once again, a lot of variety. And look, trauma is definitely a passion and an interest of mine, and I think it's a really important area that we need to understand because it's only growing and it's only getting bigger and bigger and affecting more people. So I'm very excited to sort of go through some of the information with you guys tonight. And hopefully you guys get a lot out of it as well. So today we're going to go through a range of topics. So we're going to start talking about what is trauma, and especially what is complex trauma. We're going to start talking about how does trauma impact people, and how does trauma impact, I guess, development across the lifespan. We're going to then focus a little bit on interpersonal violence and how that relates to trauma. We're going to look at how individuals cope and manage the impact of trauma, look at gender differences in what trauma-informed care looks like, and then finally start to look at the role of triggers, flashbacks, re-victimization and re-traumatization. I will take a moment now just to say that trauma does affect and has, impacted a lot of people, and possibly you guys as individuals have your own experiences or know someone who's been through trauma. So I do want to say that if any of the material that we look at tonight gets, confronting or distressing in any means, please, don't need to say anything, just take a step away, take some time to just ground yourself and come back when you're ready. There's no pressure or expectations around that, but just please be mindful, I guess, of how you're sort of responding to the material that we're talking about tonight. The only other thing I wanted to touch on before we sort of launch into the material is I wanted to show you guys this experiential learning cycle. And this is, I guess, a theory of how we learn. So today you're going to have a bit of an experience. So looking at that top box of concrete experience. So you're going to learn and you're going to hear some new information. I'm going to give you guys some time to review and reflect on that new information that you learned. But really what my goal is for everyone tonight is to take something out of tonight. So it's not just 2 hours of your time, because I'm sure you all could be doing, a range of other things for the next 2 hours, but I want tonight to really make a difference and for tonight, for the information to translate into practice so that you can leave and do something different based on what you learn. All right, so we're going to really try, and I'm going to kind of, push and encourage you to think about moving towards that active experimentation phase of learning. So, what can I conclude from tonight? What does that mean for me? How does that make a difference for me? And just try and find one thing at least that you're going to do differently because of the information that we learn and that we talk about tonight. So at the end, you'll get a bit of a chance to do a bit of an action plan and come up with, something that you learned, and because of what you learned, you're going to commit to doing something, just one thing at least. But as we go through the information, just keep that in mind, what does this mean in my reality and how can I do something differently? So that's my goal for everyone, and hopefully we achieve it, but I'm open to feedback by the end of it as well.